Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining us for NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brent Beer. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Hey, Dave.
Well, the ceremony was delayed, and understandably so, but at last, the Hall of Fame class of 2020 was enshrined. And what a class it was. Led by Tim Duncan, Kevin Garnett, and of course, the late, great Kobe Bryant headlining the 9 inductees. There was tremendous poignancy with Kobe's inclusion coming so recently after his tragic death. And it was a night that none of us are going to forget. Guys?
Thank you, D.A. And one injury for them. They're still pretty close to full strength, though.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Hunter at the 3 with Collins at the 4. Bogdanovich out there with Trae Young. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. And for the Clippers, Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me hearken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogg, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
So Atlanta will get the first possession. Here's Young. Three-pointer. Morris with the rebound. George against Bogdanovich. And that one's good, George.
Well, if you're open, Patrick Beverly is going to do his best to get you the ball.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Now Bogdanovich passes it to Young to the inside. Here's Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Yeah, the way you keep plays alive is with some effort and John Collins giving it to you.
And what was once a weakness for Collins, now a strength. His defense has taken huge strides since the start of last season.
And I think a young player like John Collins learns that blocks are not just a statistic that reveal how good you can be defensively. It's about positioning. It's about communication. And John Collins wants to be more complete on that end of the floor.
What's up?
The free throw drops for Leonard.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
Now here's Capella. Inside, here's Hunter. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Every basket from this kind of range is going to help Hunter's perimeter game. Doesn't worry about the defense.
Leonard kicks to Beverly. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And right out of the gates, they are locked and loaded. 3 straight scores early.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Young with no one around. Here's Capella. Collins trying to break free. And it's Capella missing.
Defense as tough as it comes right there. He's a hard man to deny when he gets the ball to the rim.
Morris passes to Leonard. Takes a 3. Rebound Atlanta. And oh, here we go. Young's got it. The fast break chance. Hunter, no good. For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Leonard kicks to Morris. 3-pointer. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Man, right off the bat, super sharp here offensively. 4 of 5 so far.
Atlanta's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Young passes to Bogdanovich, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, Bogdanovich, we saw a little bit of this during the All-Star weekend. He can play with a little bit of flair, and you know he's confident when he starts to show those signs.
And Capella sends it back. The Hawks trail by 4. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Bogdanovich with it. George picks him up. On its way from Young for 2. And the shot is long.
Well, maybe not the best shot against that kind of defense, but he still has the ability to knock that kind of shot down.
Here's Leonard. That shot off.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
And that one's good. Leonard's got 5.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard. He just stays with it and is unshaken.
Young dishes to Collins. And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, right now I don't see any let up. Think he's going to just keep putting his foot on that gas pedal tonight.
The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the game. A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Molinari, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Tony Snell comes in for DeAndre Hunter. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Bogdanovich. And it's Williams in for Trae Young. And that one falls for Collins. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think's going to lead the pack there, Glenn?
Oh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
Yeah, there's no excuse right there for not covering one of the guys on the floor, and that's Rondo around the rim where he can score.
Here's Huerter. Outside Williams. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Williams has got his second bucket of the game to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Ibaka, no luck. And so it's Williams who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. They trail by 1. And Huerter gets it to go.
Well, when you're given the ball as much as Lou Williams has gotten it through the years, he's experienced enough to make those kind of plays.
From deep three-point range, Rondo, no good. The Hawks have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter.
A 3-time Sixth Man of the Year. Last season, Lou Williams named his newborn son Six in honor of his success in that role.
We talk a lot about the Mount Rushmore of the game's greatest players. Maybe we could start to chisel out the sixth men of the year in the NBA. Lou Williams would have to get some serious consideration for that monument.
And the Clippers making a change here. Cousins is checked in. Okongwu's checked in for Atlanta. Chris Dunn comes in for Tony Snell. And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
And early in the game, these sorts of plays really can set the tone.
.105 left in the first quarter. Here's Kennard. Rebound Atlanta. And now Dunn pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
Shooters tend to be hungry, but this time Herder finds an open teammate.
55 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Kennard with the ball. Williams picks him up. Jackson in the corner. To halt the run. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. Jackson's got 7 points.
Punch, counter punch. Impressive offensive production early on.
Who's going to miss first? Every time one team scores, the other team right back at you.
Now here's Williams. From the high post. Shot is good off the back rim and in. He's got 6.
Pretty good mid-range player there. The touch from Lou Williams, especially on those kind of jumpers, that one's on the money.
Ibaka. Some solid defense from Gallinari. The Hawks leading by 4. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Nice pass here to set that basket up.
Here's Jackson. He has 7. Kennard with the ball. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Lou Williams. For Los Angeles, they have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. He hits both from the stripe. Atlanta leading by 4. And here is Williams. He's got 8. Wide open look. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, that happens. Important thing is for players, just don't beat yourself up and make a miss like that cost you another play.
It's been all about Lou Williams for Atlanta. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll return shortly. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody wants to win. And there's no egos. Everybody has fun. We play together. We move the ball. We make sacrifices. And we enjoy getting stops.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
They couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Gallinari. Chris Dunn is out there with Williams. Then it's Okongwu, and it's Herder in at the small forward spot. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, thanks very much, Kevin. Clint Capella is a 7-footer in track shoes. He said, I always try to have that pace. Whenever I sprint, I have an impact on the offense. I try to focus on that and keep my energy up. Guys, guards love big men who run the floor as hard as Capella. Back to you.
He is indeed, David, very athletic. Thanks. Lou Williams, so crafty, GA, just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Kept alive, tries again. Here's Dunn. Falls through. He's now made 2 of 4.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. Greg, how special was it for you that you had your number 50 retired at UNLV?
You know, that's something that I can honestly say. As a kid, you dream about a lot of things, winning, playing at the highest levels. That's something I never really fathomed, is to have your jersey hanging up in an arena. That was a surreal moment, a really cool moment, and it was awesome to be able to share it with my family and friends.
And people probably don't know that you grew up in Las Vegas, so it was probably doubly special, wasn't it?
Exactly, born and raised.
Different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Gallinari. Hunter comes in for Kevin Herter. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Lou Williams. Young is subbed in for Dunn. Leonard attacking. He doesn't hit that one. Good work defensively by Capella.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Atlanta leading by 10. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Young, a good look. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
George, no good. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Hawks have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Bogdanovich passes to Okongwu. And Zubac picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's his second foul, but not the end of the world. One more before halftime, though. That would change some things.
Two minutes now played in the second quarter. Capella kicks to Young. Gets that one to drop. First one of the game after 4 straight misses.
Shifty guard Trae Young finds his ways into some of those cracks and crevices.
Clippers trail by 12. Beverly for 3. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
It seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Here's George. Count that bucket.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Pass to Okongwu. He dishes it to Young. That's a bucket. His third of the game. He shot the ball 7 times.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
And you just can't get tired of watching the way Young shoots the ball. I mean, what a fantastic release.
And it's just limitless in terms of the range. That's what makes it so impressive. He's a small guy, he's quick, and he's got great handles. But he can heave that up from just about anywhere. And when he gets hot, it's something to watch.
From deep, George. The shot is good. And so is his shooting tonight. 3 for 4.
Well, an accurate three-point shooter, Paul George, can get it going from distance.
And here's Young. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Here's Capella. The shot missing. And it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Leonard with the ball. Guarded by Hunter.
And so little can be done to stop that. Leonard with the jets to screen down the lane, then tops it off with the thunder finish.
Atlanta leading by 6. And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against him.
Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. And then for Atlanta, John Collins, he's checked in for Okongwu. And Tony Snell subbed in for Hunter. Zubats against Capella. And it's sent back by Leonard.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
The Hawks leading by 6. It's Young on the wing. Capella trying to free himself up.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
Rondo can't get it to go.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. The Clippers were picked by many to win the title last year. Now, they didn't get it done, but Kawhi Leonard is not concerned. He said, we've just got to keep getting better, keep fighting. It's about the right team peaking at the right time. Guys are hoping this season their talent and their fight will win out. Back to you.
We will see. Good stuff, DA. Thanks. First one falls for him. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s.
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
It
the
is.
case?
I know
But,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right. And George with the stuff.
Sweet finish from Paul George there. I like to see him get up to the rim like that.
.111 left in the first half of basketball. Herder passes to Collins. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And that's what you want to see. They're doing a good job getting points in the paint here in the second.
The Hawks shooting their fourth attempt at the free throw line right here. Gallinari, he's checked in for the Hawks.
John Collins and his versatility are very, very exciting, not just as a scorer and a rebounder, but defensively as a shot blocker and a versatile, switchable defender.
And that one drops. George has got 11 points in the quarter.
Feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Pass to Herder. Down it goes for his third basket in as many tries.
Known for being a scorer, Herder is good at staying active and then looking to capitalize inside.
George double teamed. Down low. Here's Zubats. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
The Hawks leading by 5. 32 seconds left here in the second. Here's Herder. And finish off by Collins.
Like it when Collins is cleaning up the glass and then just rocking the rim.
LA has gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Clippers have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Morris. Batum comes in for Kawhi Leonard. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Chris Dunn's checked in for the Hawks. The free throw drops for Zubats. Now here's Williams. 10 points for him. Williams double team. And the shot goes in.
What a performance on the offensive end. He's making the defenders pay right now for all of the mistakes they're making.
And Ibaka kicks to Batum. Launches a three. Rebound by the Hawks. Collins has got his 6th rebound on the night. Williams with a clean look. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And now it's an 8-point Atlanta lead.
And Dunn is fantastic at moving the ball around, finding teammates with ease.
And so it's Atlanta in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Trey, you've made it look easy so far. How have you been able to pick them apart?
I'm just taking what the defense is giving me. Open driving lanes. They're leaving some of our bigs open. Pick and rolls, things like that. We just got to continue to do it and try to get this win.
Make them pick their poison, right? Thanks for your time, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Did you catch that?
I got it.
Yeah, Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. How about that first half, fellas? Leading the way at the start, it was Lou Williams. He had 14 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. And Shaq, what are your thoughts on how Atlanta played?
Well, the offense is depending on getting points in the paint, and they're getting those points. They're creating mismatches and being very aggressive when they get the one they want.
And Kenny, let's get your thoughts on the Clippers.
Well, they wouldn't have been in as big a hole if they rebounded better. They've got out hustle, down low, and it cost them some points. They'll be talking about that in the locker room for sure. They know they need to improve on the glass.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. It's been a clinic out there by Lou Williams.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
And you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
Clippers trail by 8. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Tyronn Lue.
Oh, you see the touch inside from Leonard does a little bit of everything for this basketball team.
And for the Hawks, the shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Outside, Bogdanovich. And it's Paul George with the foul. That's his third foul of the game. And now another look at that mobile one-block defensive performance.
And when you're behind in the game, that's what you've got to do. Contest every shot.
Young against Beverly. High post shot. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
Clippers trail by 6. Here's Leonard. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Young from outside. Doesn't get it to drop for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Zubac with it. He's picked up by Collins. A deep 3 from George. It's good from long range. George has got 16 points.
We've seen George hit some threes from way downtown before, and he's at it again.
Bogdanovich against George. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
Very little resistance against that throwdown.
Nope, not what they want to see in a game this close, Greg.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation. And after burying 3 straight shot opportunities, finally a miss there. Still feeling the momentum, though.
And it's sent back by George.
You can't toss up the weak stuff around Paul George. He sees it coming and uses his reach to get to it.
DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for Zubas. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter.
Team starts the second half missing 4 of 5 shots. When does the coach possibly call a timeout and reiterate what he talked about at halftime?
Here's George. Good. And it's Cousins picking up the assist. 18 points for him.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Young passes to Capella. Back to Young. To the paint. Collins, good. And that's 12 points for John Collins.
Pretty good body control from the big man as Collins stays focused on the rim.
And there's the pass to Beverly. And that one, good.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
The Hawks leading. Young dishes to Capella. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Beverly.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
That gives them the lead. And the Clippers lead by 1.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, the complete center.
Paul George with the steal. And here we go. George heading to the hoop. And it's George finishing it off.
It's easy to understand why Paul George is one of the top scorers in the league. He can read the defense, he can shoot it, he can get inside, and he's riding a hot streak now.
The Hawks trail by 3. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Hondo's checked in, and the Hawks will go for a different look here. Alinari, he's checked in for John Collins. Tony Snell comes in for DeAndre Hunter. Kevin Huerter, he's checked in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And it's Williams in for Trae Young. And that one's good. Beverly.
Well, not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
Tries from 16. Rebound, Atlanta. And they're running. Looking to end the run. That's a 2 from Snell. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
He wanted to shoot that ball, but you see your teammate wide open. Be a good teammate. Make the delivery.
Leonard inside. Gallinari covering.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. It's a 5-point game. Atlanta calls timeout. Without question, George is displaying his skills today.
They gotta be using this timeout to think about a personnel change or a game plan change to try to slow him down.
Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. Batum comes in for Leonard. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Jackson in for Patrick.